In a vast landscape full of adventurers, you are now listening to the world of Chaotic Amateurs.
Hello, welcome back to Chaotic Amateurs, the number one D&D 5e playthrough podcast.
You know it. You know it!
Hey, number one in our hearts.
Just trust us about that, okay? Mm-hmm. Don't look it up.
And number one on the charts.
Hearts and charts. That's why
Top of them all.
In case you guys forgot, I am your DM, Rhett.
I'm Jamhorn Doril.
Illdyn Gaudia and
Mr. Philly Duke from the other side.
If you'll remember when we last left off, Lanceton Philly Duke saved his friends with heroic feat
Save Bravik
of bravery.
Well, we don't know that yet.
He tried to do a cool swan dive jackknife thing, but he didn't roll high enough, so he just did a regular thing.
Superman.
And he scared this
Belly flop.
scary monster away with whatever was in the crystal vial. And then,
Like Titanic, sucked into the underworld.
no good deed goes unpunished. Obviously, the thing sucked underwater. Lanceton sucked underwater.
Yeah, boy.
Leaving our friends Jamhorn and Illdyn in the shrine room up above, safe. Harley still battling the Whisperers with the Templars. So, if you will allow me, close your eyes. Let my voice... Why are you laughing? It's just the best. All right, fine. Here we go. Buckle up.
I love it.
Now imagine, if you will,
Okay.
tumbling through the water,
Mm.
the gigantic blackened form of this being, and heroically, beard washing in the water as he's being sucked underneath, holding the vial in front of him.
But no eyebrows.
Never any eyebrows. Lanceton Philly Duke. Exactly like that scene in Lord of the Rings when Gandalf is like, "Run, you fools!" and then drops down, and then later on you see him like tumbling. Oh, actually, when he comes back as Gandalf the White, and he's like...
Oh, okay, I gotta cut you off. We're getting...
Anyway, imagine the scene, though, where the Balrog is like falling down, and he's falling at, like,
With
up
it?
above him.
Yes, we all know what you were immediately talking about.
Trying to make Lanceton epic here. You're welcome.
He's too small.
Fade to black. Illdyn and Jamhorn standing up there, the battle raging in the other room, when suddenly they're still shocked by the thing that Lanceton just did. Suddenly, the ground just starts shaking.
Illdyn, you feel that?
A low rumble. It starts as a small little shake, grows to a bigger shake. Soon you guys can barely keep your footing. Right? You guys are tumbling all over the place.
Wow. Like popcorn on a pan.
You hear Harley and the other guards just start howling. The Whisperer is howling. Everybody starts flipping out. And suddenly there is just a deafening explosion. But it doesn't come from inside the building.
Wait, not from the water? Not from the spring of song?
Nope. And the Whisperers and the Templars, too afraid to keep going, they lose morale. They're routed. And the bulk force of the Whisperers takes off. They get outside, they're screaming. The citizens of Bravik screaming outside. Buildings are shaking. Ceiling tiles falling off. Shutters just flying open. Windows breaking. Street carts, axles breaking. It's a friggin' earthquake happening.
Yeah.
Obviously. Shut up.
Is that what it is when the earth quakes?
Tell us more, Gandalf.
I love Brett. I love Brett. We give him so much crap, and he still shows up. He puts up with us.
Harley, being a dwarf, pretty used to the rumblings of the earth. Doesn't lose his footing.
Very in tune with rocks.
Cleans up some of the Whisperers who couldn't get away. But the battle mostly ended, and you guys are left standing in shock as this freaking earthquake goes on for, I don't know, like a solid 5 freaking minutes. And doing your math, you're like, that's
Carry
like
the one.
magnitude 7.
Yeah.
Anyways, so the earthquake dies down, but every once in a while there's like aftershocks and like low rumblings. You guys get up to your feet. What are you guys doing? What are you guys talking about? Illdyn and Jamhorn.
Jamhorn is concerned about Lanceton, so I immediately run over to the pool and start looking in and I don't know. What do I see when I look in the pool?
Crystal clear blue waters.
I jump in and I start like waiting around trying to figure out where they went.
Okay.
You realize he's gone, don't you?
Yeah, and I need to go get him.
Yeah, no, it's no longer a portal. It's just water now.
How do you know that?
Because you're not being sucked into the underworld.
You know what? You can suck. My friend just disappeared and I need to get him.
I understand. But you're not going to be able to.
Maybe Jamhorn like even tries to like swim down a little bit.
Yeah.
Keeps coming back
like,
up.
Like trying to dig my hands into the bottom of whatever I can get to.
Yeah.
He takes his pants off.
Yeah. Maybe this will work.
Yeah, nothing. Lanceton doesn't float back up to the top. You can't find him. The waters are clear.
I come up to the
Friend.
surface.
I just stick out my hand. Come on, friend. Get out of the water.
I am reluctant to grab the hand, and I get up without it and just kind of sidestep by myself.
Harley comes in from the other room as the other guards finish putting down the leftovers of the Whisperers. And he walks over and he's just like, "Oh, God! What happened in here?"
Lanceton.
The little one?
That's the one. I think he saved us. But we got to get him back. He took the vial and he jumped into the water, and that's pretty much all I know, and now there's nothing there.
As you guys are sitting in there talking, one of the other guards runs in and he goes, "Come quick! You got to take a look at this!" And he runs out the front door.
I empty out my water skin before, even though taking in what he just said, I'm still kind of...
Illdyn follows.
Yeah, of course. Heartless Illdyn. Even though I just heard the call, I'm still kind of distraught, so I immediately empty out my water skin and I fill it with water from the Spring of Songs and then cap it off, and then I follow.
Nice.
Thinking that there's some way that I can bring him back or something like that.
Okay. So, you guys follow this guy outside, and Harley's like walking past, like one of the Whispers, like laying on the ground. He's like, "Arr, arr," and he just like takes his hammer and like smashes his head in as he keeps walking past.
Nice. No big deal.
So you guys walk outside, and as you look over Bravik, kind of like towards the southeast, there's kind of like a mountain range over there, and there's one mountain that has always sort of stuck out.
Is it called Mount Hood?
Yes.
In real life and in fantasy.
A gigantic cloud of ash is now just rising into the atmosphere, and the cap of Mount Hood just has exploded off. Lava is now running down the other sides as gigantic cinders just arc across the sky. Some of them One of them even actually comes arcing through and just smashes into the center of Bravik, destroying buildings.
Not the old kettle.
That wasn't the old kettle, don't worry. This was on your side of the river, so it was some
I
rich
hope it was
twat.
that
thank
stupid
God.
blacksmith that I tried to get the shield from.
Nope, not yet. It was in East Town, so it has. It hasn't hit West End yet, but it destroyed some rich shop, probably.
Okay.
Probably that lady who told you where Feline Street was.
Oh yeah, with all the cats.
Yeah, obviously. And Harley's like, "Oh no!" And that's all he says.
Too sad for words.
And he goes, "Good gravy! Do you know what this means?"
Tell us. We don't.
I was hoping you knew. I was asking.
Looks like a volcano.
He's like, "I gotta go tell Duncan about this right away." So he rushes in. You guys want to follow him, or you guys want?
Yeah, I'm going to follow him because I want to check on Duncan, obviously, as he's my... I'll never tell him, but, he is my pal.
As a DM, do you care if we split up right here?
It'd be a pain in the but yeah, I don't care. We'll just go like scene by scene.
Well, I kind of feel like Jamhorn would be concerned and kind of awestruck by what's happening, but
Okay.
also concerned about making sure people are safe. So, like, if I can
Okay.
pull people to safety and stuff.
All right, sure. So as this as is happening and the ash is just rising into the sky, slowly but surely, it's causing day to turn to night, and you can feel the temperature drop. More cinders just about. You can see them sort of. Some of them overshoot Bravik and land in the ocean. One of them lands in the river, just like totally destroying a barge that was there. It's literally like hell on earth, basically, right now, and you couldn't imagine a worse thing to be happening. So you run around, start helping people,
Trying to pull them indoors or undercover. Or
get 'em to
something like
cover.
that. Yeah.
You see, like one guy, like he was like drawing a horse with a cart attached to it, and is like freaking like the earthquake had like caused his cart to break, and his horse like flipped out and like kind of fell over on him. You go over there and like help him get his horse, out. Him from out from under his horse and all that sort of thing. Illdyn goes in and finds Minnie.
Yeah, I definitely do not care.
Finds Minnie with looking over Duncan, who is just unconscious as all get out.
Minnie,
What?
what's the deal?
He's doing better, but he's definitely not good.
Yeah, boy.
Heart.
The little one took the vial and jumped straight at the creature and was sucked into the underworld.
Well, why on earth would he do that?
I don't know, he's a hero, I guess. But
Well.
now he's started,
I think you're
Armageddon
being
out
a
there.
little generous with that term, but
Well, I mean, you wouldn't have done it.
Another
That's
aftershock just like rattles through the building.
Yeah.
Harley.
Can we wait? Is there a way to wake him, or is he just... How does he knock down again? I forget.
Freaking, I don't know, the explosion. Like he
Oh,
hit
the
his head or
initial one?
something. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when they blew open the doors.
Gotcha.
But anyways, he's like, looks like he's barely hanging on. Minnie tells you it's like, it's not looking good, basically. And Harley goes, "All right. Duncan swore me to secrecy on this, but it's time you know. Under Mount Hood,
Makes me smile every time.
It's happened twice, so...
Both times I smiled.
under Mount Hood is the labyrinth
Yeah, boy.
where that being was asleep before he was woken up by the whisperers. You see, he whispered to the whisperers. That's why they call themselves that. Pretty clever, right?
Harley, please focus.
All right. There's no doubt that that's where he went.
He was sucked into the mountain.
Or he just went there, yeah.
Teleported.
What? He's a freaking god being. What do you want from me? Duncan opens his eyes just barely. The vial. Where did the vial go?
Well, actually, it was quite spectacular. The little one, popped the cork and jumped straight at the creature coming out of the Whispering River or whatever you call
Spring
it.
of Songs.
Spring of Songs, whatever. I don't care.
So Duncan just groans.
And then he was sucked. It was like a portal.
You need to go to the catacombs.
Oh, boy.
Only there can you stop it. I held the creature at bay, but I'm weak, and I feared I haven't the time. Once I'm gone, there may be no stopping it. And he just and goes unconscious again.
Uh-oh.
Oh, joy, Minnie. We get to go on another adventure for your old pal here.
Yeah, looks like we got another assignment together.
Well, here's what we got to decide. Minnie doesn't have to go if she doesn't want to. I think it would be pretty reasonable if she was more preoccupied about keeping Duncan safe during these earthquakes and things shooting out of the sky. It's up to you, though. You guys can take any assortment of people you want if you would like to go to the dungeon.
Dwarf,
Yeah.
are you in? He was about your size, wasn't he?
You guys want Harley to go?
Well, we might as well build a team.
All right.
And Yami doesn't get a say because he's outside helping people with...
Well, I'm the only one who knows the way, so there's
Well,
no
excellent.
chance
So
you'll get there without me.
I do feel like Minnie might stay. She's already been invested. Well, I don't know.
It's up to you. If you want to play two characters, that's fine.
I don't have different character voices for them, though.
It doesn't
That's
matter.
the problem.
It doesn't matter. That's not going to... I mean, everybody heard you play Minnie. You didn't really change your voice at all before,
Yeah.
so... As long as they're making different choices and stuff, I don't think anybody's going to care.
I feel like Jamhorn's preoccupied, and maybe since he's got a little bit of the caretaker in him, that he'll tend to...
But what about rescuing his best bro?
Huh?
What about rescuing his best bro?
That's true. All right, Minnie's going to stay. Jamhorn's going to go. Minnie...
And we got to find you first.
Yeah, Minnie sends somebody out to go find Yam. And let him know.
Well, how about... Okay, sure. So, Jamhorn out there helping people. He comes up.
Because if somebody just mentions, hey, we're going to go get Lanceton, he's like on it.
Okay.
You know?
So, Harley, he's just like, look, you guys aren't going to find the entrance to these caves without me, all right? So what we need to do, and if you want any hope of ever finding your friend again, this is probably our best shot. What we need to do,
Let's bring in Necromancer.
go sip some of that sweet water from the spring, get all of our HP and all of our abilities back and stuff.
Oh, thank God.
And then we'll go.
Let's take a long rest.
I mean, who knows? Maybe your friend drowned. Could be dead. But
That's the spirit.
No, he got in the pool and he wasn't there. He also
gnomes
took his,
float,
he also
dwarves
took,
sink. So
he also took his pants off in the pool, so I don't know if I want to drink out of the
I'm
water.
2 inches bigger.
Oh, so we're gonna be drinking water that touched his butt? All right, maybe we shouldn't do that. Okay, so you guys want to like provision up, drink some of the water?
Yeah, Jamhorn comes in and he says, I just heard we're going to get Lanceton. I'm in.
Can I grab another dagger off of, from
Yeah,
an
you guys
armory
can
or
like
Yeah, I wanna
collect some
rearm.
stuff. So if you guys go to the armory,
Okay.
there's all sorts of weapons. There's all sorts of armor. I mean, they're fully stocked.
Yeah, so I all my crossbow bolts and grab a new dagger that feels good to me.
Here's a question. Is there anything fancier or more magical than what I've got on me, weapon-wise or armor-wise or shield-wise?
Harley sees you looking, and he kind of looks at your big old warhammer, looks at his warhammer, and he feels like sort of a kindred connection with you. And he goes, you want to see the good stuff?
You know I do.
And he takes you to like...
I pull down my pants.
He takes you to like the armory where the back part of the armory where it's like a locked like storage locker, opens it up, and inside is basically like his personal stash.
Nice.
Take a look around.
Yeah.
And there's definitely some better stuff. There's like a
Okay.
warhammer that's like basically like a bonus against like undead.
Okay.
There is a warhammer that's God, I don't know, just like a +1 bad boy. There's even one warhammer that has a 10% chance to stun an enemy, freeze them in
So like
place.
a 1d10 to stun.
Yeah, 1d10.
Is it every strike or is it?
Every strike, 10% chance to daze an opponent.
I think that's what I want.
Okay.
And it's versatile, so it can be one or two handed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think.
What
I'll
about,
take
is
that.
Illdyn looking for anything?
Now he just got a new dagger.
Got a new dagger.
I'll roll for a magical dagger. If there's like poison dagger or something.
Okay, yeah, take your pick. You can flip a coin between these two.
Okay.
There's one that gets a bonus to hit against undead.
Oh, the undead?
Yep, the
Okay.
like zombies and stuff.
But
or
still functions totally normally fine as a regular dagger.
yep.
Okay.
Or there's one that has a 10% chance to do like some like acid damage.
Definitely the undead.
Okay, that's
Undead
the one you
dagger.
want.
Yep.
Okay, you can have it.
Sweet.
So it gets like a +3 chance to strike undead,
Cool.
and if you're attacking undead, it also gets +1 damage.
Sweet.
So write that down so you don't forget.
Well, we'll see.
You guys have drank from the Spring of Song, so let's just say that you do feel sort of like the life force of it flow through you.
Do we have our spells reset and everything?
Yep, everything is reset.
Okay.
You're welcome. You're going to need them.
I only have like one spell.
You're going to need the HP, though.
Yep.
All right. So without further ado, I mean, unless there's anything you guys think to look for.
Is there a handkerchief I can tie around my head like a really sweet headband?
Sure.
All right. I take that. And I feel like there should be a montage of me like putting it
Yeah,
around
with, like,
the front of
some
my
sweet,
and then
like-
snapping it tied.
Yeah,
Like-
some like...
Yeah. And then I snap it. And then we go.
Okay. And, what about your dreads, though? Like, how did you... like?
So it's up and over. So it's
Tied
Oh,
underneath
yeah, under
Oh,
the dreads.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
And there's a Japanese rising sun on the front.
Nice. So, you guys, Aftershocks
So
rumbling,
you're just Karate Kid 2.
you guys go outside, more cinders just like crashing into the city. And the city guard,
Do I get any more rep points from drinking the water?
actually, I was going to award you guys rep points for your heroic actions in the last round fighting the sweet god thing. So,
5? So I get 5 rep points.
just one rep point. Illdyn gets a rep point.
And Lanceton will never know.
And if Lanceton survives, he may get some rep points too. Like he was reading The Lord of the Rings, which is the one piece of fiction that exists.
Yeah,
Very selfless of him.
Yeah.
So you guys make your way through the city. It's slow going with everything that's happening, and you have to fight the urge to stop and help people as you're going.
I'm constantly grabbing Jamhorn.
Yeah.
Will you get over here? We're saving your friend. These people will be fine.
And that's all she has to do. Like if she just
He.
keeps saying
He.
if he just keeps saying Lanceton, remember Lanceton, that's enough to snap him back. But yeah, I am naturally
He
drawn.
holds up Lanston's wanted poster in front of him. Remember? Let's go.
All right.
So you guys make off towards Mount Hood. And luckily, Harley tells you that the entrance into the dungeon underneath is not as far away as Mount Hood itself is. And as you guys kind of make your way into the wilderness,
Oh, good. More underground tunnels.
the grounds start.
Isn't that where you're good? I mean, better.
Me? Sure. Not Minnie, though.
Yeah.
Glad she stayed behind.
Oh, yeah.
Always setting up booty traps.
Roll me a perception check.
Natty 20!
For real?
Yep.
Good.
6. 7 minus 1.
Okay.
Sounds about right for the two of us. Is Harley with us?
Yeah,
Yep.
we're rarely like on the same rolling
Yeah.
field. It's
Yeah.
always like the extreme
One does well,
opposites.
one does bad.
So as you guys are making your way
Making a way down.
towards there, suddenly the path becomes sort of like enveloped by lava.
Oh.
And Harley says, "Don't worry. We're not that much further away. But mind your step. You don't want to touch that. Obviously, it's
It looks pretty hot.
molten rock. I don't know what you guys know about rocks. I'm a dwarf, so I know things about them.
Oh, here we go.
This will just like turn you into a puddle."
Hot lava, you say, will turn us into a puddle. Dwarf, show us the right way.
All right. So, as you're going, you guys are. Illdyn becomes like sort of keenly aware that they've been followed. And he's been timing this for a while now. It's been hour, 2 hours outside the city. But only within the last few moments did you realize that they've gotten closer, that they might pose a threat.
I ready my hand crossbow.
Okay. You want to warn anybody?
Gents,
What's up?
let's keep walking forward. And please, 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 for the love of Pacific, do not look behind you. But we are being followed. So, discreetly, gentlemen, ready your weapons. And if, and only if, I give the signal, do we turn around and start to beat some bobos.
Jamhorn, before readying his weapon, immediately turns around to look.
So you turn around?
I do. I look over my shoulder, at least.
Okay. And sure enough, you turn around. They weren't expecting that. You see them just like duck behind a tree, like as in like whoops. What do you guys want to do about it?
I take her advice, and I
His advice.
His advice.
I pull my hammer out. People probably think it's a gag. It's not a gag. I honestly forget all the time. And I just pull my hammer into my right hand, and then I pull my shield to the front with my left. So I'm just, it's almost like I've got my thumbs in the straps of a backpack, but I've got my weapon in my right and my shield in my left.
Okay.
And I keep walking, following, because I know she's a level 5. That's a little bit higher. He's a level 5. So
Okay.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying real hard.
You're cut off.
So you guys
It has nothing to do with that. This would happen regardless.
you guys keep walking, and you told Harley,
Yeah, tell them both.
and he goes, "Any idea how many they are?"
I had 20, so do I have any idea?
You know exactly how many they are. You know their genders. You know their birthdays.
Great.
You know their
religion.
banking account numbers.
Yeah. So how many do I tell him? All right. What are they specifically?
Like
Like, are they wolves? Are they
they
humans?
are
Are they wizards?
They are whisperers.
They're
who
whisperers?
have followed you and decided they saw a high-ranking member of Duncan's crew taking off,
Gotcha.
and they decided that they weren't going to let that stand.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if they can stop you from going to
Harley.
where
Harley, listen to me. Shut up. There's 3 of them. 1 for each of us, eh? More like 3 for me, none for you. But they're behind us by what? 50 feet or so? So, I mean, we could obviously just like turn around and battle, or we can just keep walking. to where we're supposed to go.
Does Jamhorn
And as they
hear
get closer, yeah, I'm talking
He's
to both of
talking,
you.
yeah.
We're in our tight little group here. As they get closer, and if they trip up, then we can attack. No need to turn around and just run after them. Let's make our way towards.
All right, sounds like a good plan to me. What about you, Dreadlocks?
I feel like when we get to the... Is it catacombs that we're going to? Is that right?
Catacombs, labyrinth, dungeon, take your pick.
When we get to the mouth, I feel like we should disperse and hide and let them go in first and then come up behind them.
Ooh, that's a pretty sweet plan you just came up with. What, have you been adventuring long?
Well, you know...
Illdyn
I don't wanna
is
brag, but I'm
insanely
level 4.
surprised. So
So are the listeners.
so I say, well done, Yami. Now, you want to maybe pick up the pace a bit because they're not going to expect it. So let's pick up the pace. How far are we from the entrance?
Not far now, Harley says.
All right. Well, let's pick up the pace a bit then,
All right.
and
I can
then
do that.
we can get around this corner over here, and then hopefully we can,
Did you guys want to get to the dungeon before trying to lose them?
let's find the best spot to, hide. We can pick up the pace. If there's a bend, if
There's
we
no
go,
bend. It's going to be right in front of you guys.
Okay, so then I would say the hiding thing is going to be more difficult. But if we take off running, or if whatever, then we can try to execute his plan.
Okay. So you guys keep walking. And like I said, lava sort of enveloping either sides. And eventually you see it behind you sort of just start because it's been pouring around trees and stuff like this. And you start seeing behind you trees just lighting up.
No boy.
And you're reasonably certain that your
Is
path...
that a Lanceton thing or is that a Bentley thing when you say, oh boy? Because it sounds like Lanceton, but I can't really... It's just become a Bentley thing?
No, it's well,
Oh boy.
Jason Mantzoukas is the basis of Lanceton, and he says that when he's on podcasts or whatever. He'll just be, yeah, boy.
Yo boy.
And so, I've just...
I like it. I think it's funny, but
I've just
wondering.
and it is a Lanceton thing that pops through because Illdyn doesn't have any cool catchphrases yet.
He's just smarmy as heck.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So...
Sighing is not a great catchphrase.
Actually,
fire
now that you say that, I've noticed.
behind you guys. You start thinking maybe the only way out is through. So as you get up there, you sort of crest up this hill, and there's sort of this flat expanse, and like in a cool way, lava coming down.
Ooh.
And the doorway is sort of between where these two rivers of lava sort of not converge, the opposite of that because it's flowing downhill.
Right. It splits them and
Jamhorn kind of butts in and says,
looks
to
like that thing in The Incredibles where it opens open.
Illdyn and Harley says, I know we're under a stressful situation, but do you ever look around and just think about how beautiful this is, even though it's deadly and chaotic? Let's just take a moment.
I keep moving.
Oh, okay.
Harley's like, I'll feel a lot better when there's not so much sky over my head.
Mm-hmm.
And he keeps going.
Yeah.
So as you guys, like I said, comes up, and then it's sort of this flat expanse. It's, small kind of area, but in front of you, set into the hillside, a doorway. It's closed at the moment.
Is it like a wooden, what do we see?
It is like a stone.
Oh.
Do I have to say a special code for it to open up? And there's waters nearby with a tentacled creature?
You do.
Just wondering.
No, not anymore. No, as you guys get close to it, you realize, it's like a stone,
Merry-go-round?
No, a draw door.
Okay.
I just. Can we, guys? Please?
Yeah, all right.
Huh? I'm just trying to,
Yeah.
You're the one that made us drink so much the last episode, so...
that was you guys with all your freaking crit rolls.
That's true. Good and bad.
All right. So you draw near, and Harley goes, "All right, there's a way in here. I know that, because Donkey took me in here one time. But I
Do you want to talk more about that?
quite remember how to do it off the top of my head." So
Maybe
hopefully-
put down that thing of ale that you keep knocking around on the.
He's like, "What?" He's got like ale spilled all over his beard and like tunic. He's like, "Oh, crap." So you guys get up there.
Harley, maybe no drinking and adventuring.
Okay,
Fair enough.
all right.
All right.
But Harley, you guys don't know this. He's one of these secret drunken master types.
Oh, perfect.
He gets bonuses when he drinks.
Oh, perfect.
So he like tucks it away. You guys get up there. Let's take a perception or look around or do whatever you guys got to do to get this bad boy open. These guys are hot on your tails. Maybe they...
19.
Oh, jeez.
Was it wisdom? Is that what you're looking for?
Well, are you doing like specific? Are you looking at something specific, or are you just taking in the surroundings?
Well, he said do a perception check, so
Okay,
I'm,
so
I'm
then
giving
that-
the
yeah, that
number,
would
and
be
then I'm
wisdom.
going to ask him what he wants.
Perception.
What do you want,
It's whatever
DM?
the number for perception is, which is your passive,
Wisdom.
your wisdom modifier. I
Okay,
guess.
so non-natural 20. So I,
Modified 20 is the other way to say that.
yeah, but I like saying it the other way.
I know.
Modded 20. And so, I mean,
I want to look specifically at the door. So,
you're ditching your plan of hiding?
oh
Sorry.
no,
You're,
I'm not.
you're ditching your plan of hiding.
I had forgotten about it. That's all.
Also, I'm a guy. Just real quick.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's up to you guys how you want to do. You could hide here. You could try and find a way to open the door.
I mean, we
Wait.
did pick up the pace, but I mean, those people are still behind us.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, I mean, you look like you have an idea.
I do have an idea, Illdyn, the boy. I would like to kind of go into a little Pacific prayer mode and see if there are any animals nearby. Do I hear any rustling of animals? Preferably of the carnivorous type.
Preferably a dragon.
Preferably a level 20.
Whoa, Pacific really answered your call on this one. A freaking dragon flies down and kills all of your enemies, clearing your path to the end of the game.
All right.
You want to fight the boss?
And then breathes fire on the door and opens it for us.
That's all it took. No, there's nothing nearby. They all took off because A, there's lava everywhere,
Yep.
and that's
Good
all.
point. Okay. Then I'm gonna be scheming and thinking about where to hide.
I
Let's
want
see.
to.
Harley's going to roll to see if he remembers. He doesn't remember yet.
All right. Is there enough sort of like coverage or something like that where we can? Is there anywhere where we can actually hide?
Yeah, my perception. I'll deal with specifically things like looking for a place to hide.
Okay. Yeah, if you guys want to look.
Hey, just chill out. Okay, 8 minus 1.
Okay.
That's a 7.
So,
Yeah. He turns around in a circle.
Well, nothing here. Let's go,
it's
guys.
just like, well, looked everywhere. Okay. So,
Jumps into the lava.
if you guys wanted to hide, there's places that you guys could manage it if you wanted to.
All right. Then I would.
I
Like,
just didn't see them.
Every roll that Harley makes to remember is a moment that these guys could catch up to you.
Okay.
Right. So I'm going to immediately direct because I have the 20. I'm going to say, Harley, there, Yami, there. I will hide here. They're right. They're less than 40 feet from us.
Okay. So they like kind of look around.
We have very little
Harley
time
and
before they
Jamhorn
can.
like look at each other. Like,
Very little time before they crest the hill here, people.
all right. Ninja, vanish.
Vanish.
Nice.
And up come the hill. 3 whispers.
With a dragon.
Wait, what?
Now they have a dragon. So the one kind of leading the way, these guys are sort of like wearing like this sort of black, polished like leather, like boiled leather armor with like black shirt, black pants.
Yeah.
Got like wicked curved looking blades in their hands. One of them has like a crossbow that just like looks like it could punch straight through concrete. And they come up there, and then one of the guy goes, "Ah, blast! They're probably already inside. Get after them, you two!" And they walk up to the wall.
Yami watches real closely.
They walk up to the wall, and they pound out a peculiar rhythm on a certain brick that's on the doorway.
Oh, Illdyn's paying attention to this.
I'm glad I've got 2 drummers, so one sets the pace, the other one can replicate.
Yeah.
And the door opens up, and they walk inside.
I look over at Harley, shake my head. Yeah.
Now the door's still open. They've gone inside. What do you guys want to do?
What is like where are we kind of positioned? Can I see the other people that we're hiding, or
That are hiding?
you know, me, Yami, and
You know where they are.
okay, but I cannot physically see them.
You're a highly trained assassin, so yes, you can, I guess. I'll allow it.
But I think I'm super hidden.
And still slightly dressed like DiMercurio.
Sagging face makeup and
All right, and now which one am I closer to? Like, can I signal
Harley.
one Harley? Like he can, like we can see each other,
Sure.
type of thing.
Yep.
And then Yami's like on the other side, type of deal.
Yep.
Okay. So I
And
just
Harley's
sort of,
the worst at hiding, so.
yeah, and so I just sort of put my hand up, like in sort of like a hold on 1 second motion to Harley, and then I kind of like tell him to put his eyes on me, and then do a little. Then we'll go. Little.
Okay.
But hold on a second, and then I see Yami's dreadlocks sticking out of a bush or something.
Yeah.
and I focus on the where the dreadlocks go into his head, right into his old brainicle. I put on the helmet telepathy,
Okay.
and I cast my detect thought spell.
Okay.
And as my bonus action, I
you
send
can
him
suggest
a telepathic message.
Okay.
Jamhorn, talk to me.
That's the worst. All right, Yami, it's Illdyn.
Hey, what's up?
We're going to wait a 15 count, and then we are going to go in after them.
Like to attack them or just to get inside the door?
A, to get inside the door, but B, also to attack them.
Okay. Who do you want me to go?
But
Oh,
let's stay back, and now we are following them. So maybe they'll navigate a bunch of great space for us.
okay. So we're not attacking them right away.
Immediately, no.
Okay.
But once they've played their part, then, Bob's your uncle.
Okay. Wait a second. That's something Lanceton would say.
What's that? You never heard the term Bob's your uncle before?
Not.
It's a common
You know what?
phrase,
Never
Jamhorn.
mind. Never mind.
Harley says.
Out loud to nobody. Yeah. It's a common phrase.
Having
Oh,
heard
yeah, that's
anything-
right. I'm sorry. I thought we counted at 15.
All right, good. Here we go.
All right.
We wait, and then I motion, and I go first, and then I motion.
4,
SEAL Team 6.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
15. Okay.
All right.
Motion. And then I go in first, and I just kind of like motion for them to like stay back.
I put my
Behind me.
hand on Illdyn's shoulder
Okay.
to
I
follow.
immediately brush it off.
I put it back on.
Brush it off.
I put it back on.
I draw my dagger, and I put it under his chin.
I take it away.
Thank you.
It's been like 45 seconds since we talked about counting.
I know. But not in that world where time goes different.
Fair enough.
So I want,
Okay.
sneakily,
Okay, so you guys start going.
Harley, don't drag your feet.
He's like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're clanky.
Pick him up.
What do you? Okay, sorry. So he like picks him up. You guys start going towards the door. And suddenly the door shifts, starts going down. What do you guys do?
Indiana Jones dive.
Yeah, I monkey.
Give me
roll.
some rolls.
What's the
What do you
modifier?
want me to
Is
add,
it
yeah?
Dex or
Yeah, Dex.
14 plus 3, 17. Boom.
Non-natural 20.
Both of you made it. Okay, unfortunately.
Oh boy.
Harley loses his life.
He's squished in the door like a rancor.
Yeah, his he crit failed. So what do you guys think is an appropriate punishment here? I was going to say either A, he just doesn't make it, but then my next thought was like his leg got stuck in the door or something. Like,
I feel like,
okay, that's what happens. He
and I
freaking
feel
trips.
like, okay, I'm not going to say anything. 'Cause I
He
don't want anything
trips,
else.
and all of a sudden the door starts going down on his leg, and it stops. And he's like, "Ah, crikey!"
Shut up! Shut up, man!
And this thing is going down, and all this, he freaking pries the end of his hammer underneath, and he's trying to hold it off at bay, and he's like, "What are you guys just standing there for?"
Jamhorn immediately goes to the wall to make himself invisible.
I immediately crossbow him in the face.
Okay, that's what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Okay.
That does sound Illdyn-ish.
What, I'm going to drag him and he's already alerted him to our position? Stupid dwarf.
He has already alerted them to your position.
No, actually, I'm going to stab him in the face with my short sword.
Okay.
I don't know that you need to roll for that one.
And then fighting for his life, prying the door open with his hammer.
I look down at him and I say, "Sorry, mate, but you're no use to us anymore."
The end of Harley the Dwarf.
Jamhorn gaffs and then covers his own mouth because he's disgusted.
All right.
Kind of winces
But-
away.
The door closes all the way and just severs his foot off.
All right?
His leg.
Now, what I do, close his eyes and put his hammer on his chest and fold his arms over his hammer.
Jamhorn says, that doesn't make it better. I appreciate that. But
I wasn't doing it for you.
okay.
So you guys hear from echoing through the blackened caverns, which you can see through, and you have dark vision too, right?
We both, yeah.
All right, you guys.
I
Can
think
see
he has
just fine.
superior, so he can see 60 feet. I can see 30.
Okay, but you
or
guys
something.
hear the echo, "Hey, what was that? What was that? What was that?"
Nobody here but us
Yeah.
chickens.
I can see 120 feet,
So because of the confusing nature of the labyrinth,
as if it were bright light.
they can't pinpoint the exact location of the sound. And they're like, which way did that come from? And the other guy's like, over here.
I just start walking forward.
Over here. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. You guys need to roll to navigate the labyrinth. And we need a 20. A perfect 20, whether it's modified or a crit, to get through the labyrinth.
The labyrinth as a whole, or just this?
Because I can see.
Yeah, I know.
And they're already in the labyrinth.
It's a
But
maze,
he was
though.
our guide. That was the problem.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's a maze. So every time you guys roll,
Got it.
oh,
Yahtzee. I'm not even going to roll.
So what was the bonus?
I was gonna say intelligence or something.
Okay. 19 plus 1, 20.
And I got an 18.
And what'd you get?
I got an 8. I only got a 19.
Well,
Only.
he got you through, I guess. So. Okay, so you guys navigate this freaking labyrinth, and it takes you a little bit.
I feel like it's out of dumb luck. Jamhorn's like, hey, follow me. And
Do you tell him to follow you, or is he gonna be stubborn about it?
I say I think it's this way. I don't know what Illdyn does.
The air doesn't smell so foul in this direction.
Is that a Diablo?
It's Mines of Moria. Lord
Oh,
of the Rings.
okay. Yeah.
Because I can see superiorly in the dark.
Enunciation, however.
Yeah, well, he's British. What are you gonna do?
What are
And
The creators of the language.
and he's going to. He just kind of sees that Yammy's not walking into any traps, so he doesn't stop him. And then after a while, he's like, I think this idiot is actually doing the right thing. He keeps going the right way on accident. So I just kind of keep following him because nothing bad is happening so far.
Okay.
That sounds about right, really, for Jamhorn.
You guys navigate this freaking thing.
How long does it take us? Like an hour, 2 hours?
It takes you a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple hours.
But we're still trailing behind those folks, right?
No. They got lost in the labyrinth.
Yes.
Like dummies.
Stupid dummies.
Which is why they couldn't hear it. You know, they were all over the place. Gotcha.
Yeah. And in fact, as you enter into this...
Guys, let's split up.
As you enter into this sort of
I got
grand...
the best idea.
You enter into this sort of grand cavern area, and it looks completely man-made. You know, whereas the labyrinth, like, obviously, like, dug by somebody, but if you didn't know, it looked like it could have just been like a lava tube or something like that.
It wasn't
you
like
know?
manicured like what we're seeing
Right,
now.
exactly. And now you have like perfectly cut stone walkways, and in front of you, stairs going down, straight out, and then back up onto this like centerpiece, and a bridge crossing over sort of, I guess, lava.
Troubled water. Oh.
Okay, troubled water. Bridge over troubled water. It's boiling, though. It's freaking really hot.
Ooh, hot springs.
And so this centerpiece, surrounded by a moat of like boiling water, and a bridge in each direction. Straight in front of you, left, right, and then obviously stairs down, stairs up onto this thing. And as you go in there, you just see these like elegant carvings of men, of monsters. There's like a scene of like a person locked in battle with like, you know, some sort of strange monster or another. And you can hear the echoes of the whispers behind you like, I don't know which way to go. And they're like, I told you to follow the directions exactly. Exactly. And so you have just bested the labyrinth of the...
I have a question. So where we came into this kind of cathedral area, was it one entrance? Like the way we
Or
came,
did the other bridges have entrances too?
Well, what I mean is like the way we came, we hear the people behind us, right? The whispers.
Yeah, you hear them behind you.
Okay.
Yeah.
As soon as we cross the threshold,
Yeah.
if the DM allows, I'd like to throw up some vines.
To block the way.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll allow you to use your ability to do that.
Okay. That's what I want to do. So I use whatever, what is it?
Your like call of nature thing.
Ensnaring strike or whatever.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Yeah,
Go
just
ahead.
Burn it.
Yeah, just burn it.
Okay.
You can't use it.
Okay.
Okay. So, if Harley was here, he would tell you that you just
But he's
bested-
dead.
You just bested the first trial of the Dungeon of the Whisperer. And if he was also here, he would tell you that there's 3 total trials.
Too bad he's not here,
He dead.
and we don't know that.
He's dead. But now seems as good a place to stop as any, because next episode, our adventurers are going to have to navigate this dungeon to get to the end. The prize
Trial
at the end of the
2.
tunnel.
Without a dwarf, that's this is terrible.
He
There's
didn't have
going
a
to be some
leg.
troubles ahead.
He didn't have a leg.
Yeah, he didn't have a leg up in life.
And what? You were going to carry him the whole time because I wasn't.
No. I'm not. I don't want to fight about it.
I stab Yami in the face.
Okay, so that's where we're going to leave off. Next week, we're going to have to navigate this dungeon, fight some bad guys, get to the end, and face down the eldritch terror that has been plaguing the city of Bravik. Held at bay by none other than Duncan Siren, but now that he is unconscious, or nay, on his deathbed, his power is no longer sufficient to keep this creature at bay. And who knows what sort of damage our hero, our friend, Lanceton Phillyduke did to it by exposing it to the contents of the crystal vial. The vial which our long-lost friend, Ferdinand Indike, lost his life for.
So, Caleb, you have some cool stuff.
On that note, so every once in a while, so I'm the stat nerd out of the group. Well, there may be others, but I'm the one that.
And you built the website.
Yeah, that like.
And you got us on all the platforms, and you basically did all the legwork.
Okay. So I was just looking through the search terms that people are finding us with, and I
on the website?
Yeah. And so I wanted to
ChaoticAmateurs.com.
Yeah, I wanted to share with people what the top 5 search terms were that directed people towards us. And little surprise, it's not D&D. Okay, so here we go. Should I start with number 5?
Number 5,
Yeah,
then
5
go
to
on.
1.
Yeah.
Okay. This one, I like this one a lot. Number 5, Hood Amateurs. I'm assuming the different definition of hood.
Oh, yeah.
Not my last name.
Yeah.
Number 4, D&D Smite,
Oh.
which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty normal.
Yeah, okay.
Innocuous.
That's like a top 5 search people use?
Yeah, that was number 4.
No kidding.
Number 3, this is all one word, no spaces. Here we go. This is where we start getting dirty. Number 3, Amateurs Gone Wild.
Which is the subtitle of our podcast. Yeah. Chaotic Amateurs. Amateurs Gone Wild. Which is exactly what Chaotic Amateurs means. But, that's the funny part about it.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
The next 2 are really not a surprise, and they're not as... well, I'll let you be the judge. Number 2, also Amateurs Gone Wild, but misspelled. So...
Yes.
Amateurs Gone EILD. Which, when I look at the keyboard, W and E are right next to each other.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
somebody
that kinda
might have
makes
been
sense.
busy with one hand.
How dare you fail me, left hand?
Crit fail. Number 1 search term that got people to our website, a D&D podcast, where we're relatively clean. Number 1, Amateurs Gone Wild, spelled correctly, all spaces, and that's it.
Amateurs Gone Wild. Chaotic Amateurs. America's #1 amateur website.
Yeah. For all your grab your swords and keep on adventuring.
Adventure. Yeah. That's funny. I wonder if, when they get there, if they actually go oh, man, I like this too. I wonder, I'll go, oh, they got bios? Oh, you check them out.
I like to
Check out the episodes.
I like to think that maybe, just maybe, there's some sort of proselytizing here where
They're like, I better come back to this when I'm done.
and they want to play though, if we're turning people on to
They're
D&D.
I'll keep that tab open, but I'm starting a new one.
Yeah.
Well, I hope the one thing that we've taught anybody who wants, who's listening to this and hasn't played D&D.
Think of whatever adult themes that your title could mean, because I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Oh, I did. When you guys were like, yeah, we're thinking about calling it Chaotic Amateurs, I was like,
Nice.
smart marketing.
Nice. Well, see, because my whole thing, it was Chaotic Amateurs : a D&D podcast. So, to me, it was all one title.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see
I
that.
can tell you people are not thinking that way.
They are not. We're so wild, guys.
Yeah.
But guys, if you
know
guys are
what?
playing your own D&D campaign, freaking write in, tweet us, Instagram us.
Tweet us, yeah.
Share us a picture of you at your game table with
Amateurs
your bros
Gone
and your
Wild.
broettes.
The Dungeon
Hashtag-
Hole.
Hashtag, yeah.
There's
Amateurs
another
Gone
one.
Wild.
That actually I've gone back and forth a few times with on Twitter. I believe they're called the Dungeon Hole.
Yeah, the Dungeon
yeah.
Hole. They're another podcast. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's another fun name. I'm sure they get some interesting searches.
I
on their
have
website.
actually, because of our podcast, I have found out about a lot more D&D playthrough podcasts that I've been listening to. Some of them pretty good.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty happy to be a part of that community of these really inventive people who are enjoying D&D as much as we are. And
Yeah.
some of them are doing it a little bit more correctly than us, but we're chaotic amateurs.
Boo.
Boo.
And
We're amateurs gone
do
wild.
any of them have a sweet eldritch god creature who is threatening the destruction of the first major city they've encountered in their campaign?
Probably.
I don't think
Probably.
so. Okay. It's pretty standard D&D stuff, but whatever. Has any of them lost a character to destroying one of them with a sweet crystal vial magic thing?
Probably.
Probably.
Hey, as always, I'm your DM Rhett.
Jamhorn Darrell.
Illdyn Guardia.
Listen, Billy Duke.
As always, you can grab your swords and keep on adventuring.
Follow us across all platforms with Chaotic Amateurs. Please subscribe, rate, and review our show on your podcast app of choice to help us climb the charts and find new adventurers. Or become a patron on Patreon to help our heroes continue their quest. Thank you for listening to Chaotic Amateurs.